2,
1. What's up, Pack? Right on cue, by the way. Steve Del Savio here with the Ask the Pack Leader Show. I'm here with Jamie and Adam.
Hi, guys.
On a very snowy day, as usual. What it seems to be every freaking day here at the ranch in February.
I'm so over this.
I think we're actually close to the record for the state of New Jersey for, or at least for West Milford up here, for snowfall total for February. It's like over 40-something inches or some shit for just this month. Just crazy. Like last winter we had 8 the whole winter. Yeah. I mean, was that last or 2 years ago?
No, last year was very mild.
Whatever it was, I think it was last year. Yeah, it was mild. And we had like, me and Cassie stayed here one night in November, and there was 8 inches, and that was it. Yeah, that was the whole snow for the whole year. I think we did have like other snow, but it didn't accumulate. It just like melted.
Yeah,
but now it's just been snow. Like I'm looking out the window behind Adam now. It's just here we go again with this like snow. It just seems like a normal day. It's like, oh yeah, this is what it looks like in February for us. Snows. We got to figure out, okay, how are we going to deal with that day? Usually snows into the next day. Then it's about 2 days of snow clearing, figuring out where to put all this shit. And then it becomes, okay,
more
good.
Snow.
We're ready to go start our stuff. And then here it comes snowing again. It's just nonstop. I built a freaking hockey rink out there. I skated like 3 times because I wasn't anticipating to live in Alaska, apparently, up here at the ranch. So hopefully next year we don't get as much all at once, because it's not even like it's not spread out. So it's not even like we can be like, oh, look, the next storm's coming in like 3 weeks.
You can't clear it.
We can do something about it. So, and it's been cold too, so the snow's not really melting as much. But looks like it's going to warm up.
It's starting to warm up. I'm hoping this is the last snowstorm.
What?
I'm hoping this is the last snowfall. I have to be hopeful.
And there's our weather report. So back to you in the studio. No, anyway, I think we should get right into the videos today. Yeah. So today we spent, just so you guys know, a decent amount of time prior to airing here, and we were discussing better ways to get more organized. It's what we're always doing. There's so many moving parts here, and something I have to realize for myself and not get frustrated and get into anxiety mode is, like, we're doing podcasts, we're doing like all the other media, we're doing the content that it's not like, I have to realize that when I talk to most people, that they're like, yeah, I do that podcast is my whole life. That's like the whole day. Like I prepare for that podcast and that's what I do. Or yeah, my whole day is preparing like a social media video that's a 10-minute video that I'm going to do. Or
we talked about this last week a little bit.
A skit, yeah. Or my whole day is like I got this consultation. My whole day is something else. But we're trying to do all of those at once, which I enjoy having all that shit on my plate, because if not, I'm like, it actually gets me more crazy when there's nothing going on. I'm like, this is boring. Like we need to be doing more stuff.
I know. When your schedule is not full, I feel like you're more all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I'm more like, fuck, what do I do now?
Then when your schedule's full, you want to kill me and Cassie.
Yeah.
How do you guys plan all this?
Slave labor I have over here and shit. I can say, I'm like, Sunday. I'm like, oh, look. Like I was making the joke yesterday. It's like, oh, like this is like the notorious thing, right? I'll come down and be like, Cassie and Jamie are all like, yeah, you have tomorrow off, though. And I'm like, oh, really? And then all of a sudden.
We sound just like that.
All of a sudden, yeah, you have the whole day to yourself. Oh, really? The whole day. So wake up in the morning, deal with the dogs, basically take them out. Then it's like Jamie comes in, oh, I have some email questions. And Cassie's like, I have this thing going on. And the dog is, and all of a sudden, this client has this question. Oh, yeah, wait, actually, we did schedule 2 video calls in the afternoon for you.
Sorry, that just came up.
So how was your day? Yeah, it just came up. It was last minute. Like, they couldn't do any other times. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm up there. It's like 7 p.m. So how was your day off, Steve? Like, what day off? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything for myself. I just worked the whole day. But
he's exaggerating.
But it's all.
Tell us how you really feel, Steven.
Yeah. I talk a lot of shit with that though, but like I definitely do that myself. Like you guys could be like, hey, we're scheduling nothing for you for the day, and
you schedule
like,
a bunch of stuff,
and then it's worse though, because then I get involved in everybody's shit. It's like
trust me, we know.
You know, I'm like just wandering around, being like, oh, what are you guys doing here?
Like, Steve, why don't you go work on that?
Yeah. And it's like, what? And what's happening with these dogs, and why? And I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, why are they holding the leash on that side, not this side? Like it's just all those things. But that's important too. That's management, and I hate management, but it's part of the deal. Management's a bitch, I'll tell you that. It'd be like, for you people who want to get like start your own business and do all that stuff, just understand that management is a total bitch. It's like managing people is one of the most time consuming, draining things you can possibly do. But if you want to start a business, that's all part of it. So, and listen, like that's another thing too. If people want to start their own business, do you want to start your own business and be a business owner, or do you want to be self-employed, or do you want to be a sole proprietorship, or what do you? Because a lot of people are saying I'm starting my own business, and then like right now I don't even consider this a business. As crazy as it sounds,
I consider it a business.
No, I consider myself self-employed.
Why do you say that?
Because I created a business to work in it. So I employed myself.
Okay. I guess it's one way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like, because if I own this business, I would own it and be from up here.
Right. It would be
like,
running itself.
Yeah. Like providing revenue, talking to the CEO and seeing what do I need to be done? How can we improve this business? How can we generate more sales? How can we create more margin? How can we make the dog stay here more efficient? How can we make our clients more happy? How can we charge better, more competitive rates?
But you can get to that point.
Yeah, but that's the process that I'm in right now is doing that. And I think in this business I'll always be involved in it, no matter what. Even as
I think you can't stay out.
Yeah, because like even last night I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take the night, and well, this is a good segue into the video that you guys want to show. Is even last night it's like 7:00 and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna just like relax right now and just chill. And I'm like, so
quote
for me,
unquote, relax.
Yeah,
quote
relax. So,
Yeah.
which means like sit down for a second. And I'm like, I saw a video and I was like, oh, this is just my mind is like, oh, I got to do something on this. Is so good. And that's what I did last night. But I enjoy it though. That's the thing. So it doesn't like work. Okay, work, but
It's work, but it's not work.
yeah.
I always
enjoy
know
it.
you have a good one because Steve will like come out of the other room and he's just like laughing and he's like starting to walk over to me. Like, I'm like, oh, you got a good video?
Really, like I love it. It's just like, look at this shit. I get like all like a little kid. Do you have it up?
You want it?
Yeah, we'll start with
Did we
that
do
one.
that? Did we? Yeah, let's put that one if we have it first.
All right.
So you can see this is the video that I posted yesterday or 2 days. I don't know when this airs, but whatever.
Wednesday at 5 p.m. Steven.
Wednesday at 5 p.m. And I posted this on Monday at 7 something p.m.
I could have
Correct.
sworn it was
Steven.
earlier, but
No,
I
it was
believe
last
you.
night.
I love
Hello. Hello.
The voice just gets me. Look at this dog. Get the fuck away from me, lady. Oh wait, do you have some food on you? I wrote in the thing like I was like, is it bad that I literally the first time I watched that I was leaning back laughing. I was like, that was so good. And I was like enjoyed it to a degree. But to me, that's like to look like even just that, right? Like, look, who in the fucking world wants to go? Okay, I shouldn't say that because most do, but in
Not
my
all,
like
but
from
most.
what I'm looking at is like, there's no way in the world I am going into approaching that dog and sticking my hand out. With just even looking at that with not even just a picture, I'm not doing that. Because look, people will say, but the eyes, look, first of all, those eyes are filled with dirt and crap. That's why the dog can't even see. That's why she's looking like, oh, he just can't. He's got such soft eyes. No, he's got crap in his eyes. Look at the rest of the body language. Stiff body, tail up, ears forward, direct eye contact, paw up in anticipation warning. Like a million things happening right there.
But you see all that, but I feel like the average
he's like
person.
saying like this
does
dog
not.
is basically saying like I'm uncomfortable with your presence. I'm not interested in any shit with you right now. So and the human's going, oh, so I'll increase my excitement, go to a weaker state of mind, and then approach you. That's the exactly. If you want to get bit, do exactly what this lady did in this video.
Can you play it again?
I was gonna play it again, and I was also gonna say, pay attention to her yelp at the end is like the funniest part to me.
She's so surprised.
Right.
Which just shows you that she has no idea in the world that this dog could potentially bite in this moment. But this is how, by the way, people, this is how so many, far majority of dog bites happen by humans approaching dogs.
Move your water a little bit.
Yeah. By humans approaching,
That way. Yeah.
by humans approaching dogs, right? That don't want to be approached. And in the dog's world, in dog psychology, the dog is giving direct communication. It's interesting the dog's in a harness, so that's why it's like, these are like, is it owned by somebody? Is it on someone's property? We don't know all the context of this, but what we
I
do
don't know,
know.
but it looks like there's a gate there that's covered. So I don't know, maybe it's like
Did you-
a
but this could have
rescue
been, but a
or
lot
who
of-
knows.
who knows?
Did you assume that it was a dog park? Because I kind of did at the beginning.
I don't know.
Honestly, no.
It could be dog park. It could be whatever. It seems to me like it's a street dog, but just by the way, like if it's a street dog and someone owns it, they need to clean those fucking eyes up, please. But
Maybe he has an eye condition or something. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
could be.
Yeah, he can have cataracts. To be honest, he looks like an
Could
old
be.
guy.
It could be.
Yeah.
But this is a senior, and look, it's a senior dog who's got wisdom, who's been around the block, and is like, listen, come close, and I'm giving you like so much time, direct. It would be like this if in communication world, the dog is saying like this. Excuse me, lady, please give me space. You're making me really uncomfortable. If you come closer, I'm going to have to defend myself. And then she's going, hi. And then the dog's, in my opinion, the dog moves forward first. It could be because the people have fed the dog, and maybe that's what I was thinking, that it could potentially be like a street thing. Or he's just walking forward to get close and say, like, are you understanding what I'm saying? Back up. And then she reaches forward.
Or to just smell her like a normal dog. Like, let me just smell you, but then she reaches.
Yeah, and it could be the dog maybe doesn't have the best vision. Do I know this person? Let me smell. I don't understand this scent. And it's close and I'm tense about it. Boom. And again, I always say bite in dog world is communication. To humans, it's the dog is mean. How could he? He's aggressive. He's whatever. That's communication.
Right.
So he's telling you, give me space.
And you completely ignored
it. If you walked up to a wolf in the wild and he snapped at you, and you could say that's a mean wolf. Well, that's one interpretation. Right. Or it's like, don't walk up to an individual energy animal who doesn't no clue who you are and try to put your hands in their intimate space. Mm-hmm. I mean, how would you feel if you were walking down the street and some guy walked up and grabbed you? You'd like it?
No.
Shit. She was like,
you saw that, right?
Yeah,
you saw that, right?
She was like going through her mind. Like,
I thought you were going to say something else afterwards, and I was waiting for you to make a smart comment.
Like, I don't know. I'd be fine with that, actually.
Kind of, actually. What if I grabbed him first?
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, someone just comes up who you don't know, and that's your own species coming up who you don't know.
Well, especially if you've already said something to the person.
Yeah.
If they're coming at you and you're saying...
you're
making me uncomfortable. Please don't come any closer.
Or you're walking away like a little bit the other way.
Yeah, play it again.
Hello.
Stop right there. Like, look at that shit.
Hello.
the paw.
So if anything, if I was like, let's just say I was gonna go like rescue. I think I wrote in the thing about assessing and evaluating from a distance. So you can see this video starts already with her approaching.
Right.
So she's already moving forward without even determining. Maybe she did from a distance and she made the wrong determination, clearly. Mm-hmm. But when I'm seeing a dog and I'm coming, I'm always assessing and evaluating from a distance and learning and seeing, what do I see about this? What's this dog's energy? What does the body language look like? The closer I get, the more energy I'll feel. But you can feel that energy from a fucking distance if you're calm. And that's the other part I talked about. When people are so excited like her, you're not going to feel energy. Mm-hmm. So when you're all the way up here, you're not going to be as, I shouldn't say you're not going to feel it, but you're not going to be as sensitive to feeling it. That's why I have to go through a total calm state and just breathe and calmly see, what am I feeling about this dog? What am I seeing with the body language? So I'm like, I feel this. The body language is confirming it. Energy first leads to body language. And then I'm like, okay, this makes sense. This dog is tense right now. It's unsure. It's uncertain. It's could bite. It's warning. It's doing a million different things. But play it, yeah. So we'll have to watch it one more time just because I have some. And look at the lady. Like, I had to.
I love that one.
That's just like a stock image that I found. It was just, I think I put in like excited mom baby.
Nice.
And that's
exactly what it is.
So that's like oh my god. First of all, I don't know what even human wants that approaching them like that.
For real.
But like, hi, like you're already teaching like a human in imprint period to be like, we react and behave like this. It's like, okay, like,
take it easy.
Calm the fuck down.
Calm the fuck down.
No, but like imagine that approaching you and you're a dog and you don't even know that species. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, this thing on two legs is coming towards me and doing that. Is he trying to kill me? Trying to take over my territory? But she's doing it in a weak way. What is she trying to do? You know, that's what she's taking it as.
Let's see.
Yeah, play.
Oh. Hi.
This dog is doing it, assessing and evaluating the whole time, while warning and saying I'm uncomfortable.
What do you think about that front paw?
See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It seems to me like anticipation, tense, like what anticipation meaning like something's about to happen. Like, yes. I'm about to do something, or this person's about to do something to me. I have to be like ready, and or it could be like something on the paw. There's a million different things, you know. And I have to make sure that we're saying this shit because someone's gonna be like, oh really? This video actually, the dog had something in his eye, and the owner was trying, you know. And like,
right, we don't have all the context.
I saw fucking 10 seconds. This is all I saw, and I'm just saying what the dog is doing now,
right?
And what the woman could have done to not get nailed by a chihuahua, you know?
Yeah. So we'll go after this later, but you're gonna say like, what is the first thing you shouldn't do? But anyway.
Should or shouldn't?
Should not.
Lick lip right there.
Hi, baby.
Oh! Yeah, that's stillness. That's like, I've been bit like that, but not like doing that hi baby shit. But then like in a moment like that, I've been bit. But that's a moment where the dog, like you're reaching out, she's reaching towards. So she made a motion towards, and the dog went, huh? You're coming towards me and not letting me smell? Bite. Because you move towards. That's just a little piece of movement forward.
Right. And the thing is, too, this is a small dog.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they don't make as big deal about it.
If that's
but
a
if
pity, that's in the news.
Well, right. If any larger dog and they do more injury to the human who was clearly at fault, then that dog gets labeled.
Yeah.
The little ones are more likely to bite, I feel like, too.
What?
The little ones
They get away with more.
Well, I think more people are willing to approach a small dog also than a larger dog.
Well, because the consequences are less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like humans are like this. Like we break the rules, but we like to break the rules when the consequences are less.
Right.
With dogs.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you learn the fucking rules and not break them? How about that? And then don't get bit by dogs.
By any of them.
Yeah. Because to me, like you live in the United States, right? Like ignorance is not an excuse in court. It's like, hey, I killed.
True.
You killed 5 people.
Broke the law.
Well, I didn't know that like murder was against the laws in the U.S. That's not my problem. You live here. You're supposed to know the fucking rules.
Yeah.
So I work with dogs. I touch dogs. I'm near dogs. So learn about dogs. Like I know about energy, but I don't know like cat psychology.
Yeah.
So when I go to people's homes, when there's a cat there, like I know about cats because they're one of the most common ones, and I had one growing up and all that. I know a little bit about them.
No way. You had a cat?
You didn't know that?
No, I think I did know, but I just wanted to make it a big deal.
Psycho cat, by the way. It was the
Well,
best.
Of course, if it belonged.
So fun.
I mean, what other kind of cat would you
It
have?
was so
I
fun.
thought you were gonna say if it belonged to him. I'm sure.
Well, that's what I meant.
That cat we got from the Little League when I was 12 or 13.
Little League. You found it?
Some
I was just
people,
wandering
people
around.
dropped the kittens off at the
That's horrible.
at the Little League field. Someone dropped them off, assuming that all the kids would be like want to do it.
Right,
which
right.
is
And
me.
that's probably what happened.
So I would go to the games, and
Wanted to take one?
I had just got out of Little League,
way.
or I
What's
was
going
not
on here?
playing at that time, and I was going to my brother's games. So my parents would bring us to the field, and it was like a whole thing. There was like 4 fields there, or 3 fields where I played Little League. So like if there was games going on, like all the kids would meet up there.
Yeah.
And go. We would play like running bases. We'd play all these games and shit while all the game or watch games or all that stuff. But there was a cat there, and I used to bring him into the van. One day I brought him a hamburger. I'm like feeding him hamburger and everything. And I told my parents, it was my birthday. I was like, I want this cat. And my dad's like, fuck that cat. I don't want to deal with this.
Oh, is that specific cat or
That cat. Yeah. And my mom was like, oh, it's his birthday. And like that whole spiel. We shouldn't have got it, but we got it. And this is a great story, actually. So then we get
was
the
this
cat
before or after you had your dog?
after. So
After.
we already had Shadow. Shadow was young. She was probably like a year or something, a year or 2 years, 6 months, something around that. So we come home and Shadow's upstairs. We come in the side, like downstairs, and we're like, how are we going to introduce I hear my parents like discussing, like, how are we going to do this? And my dad's like, just put them together. And
They'll figure it out.
Kind of thing. So, all right, the cat's in the laundry room. It's like closed off, and we come down. It's like a pretty decent sized room. We come down with the dog, and my parents had no clue. The dog's in the front, like smelling all over. The cat goes behind the laundry machine to like hide. And my dog's like in there, like rah rah rah, barking. The cat's wow wow, all this hissing and all this crazy shit. They fucking remove them. So then I don't know how they figured it out, but what they did was they left the cat in the laundry room, but then they put a latch on the door so he could come in and out as he wanted, but the dog couldn't get in. And she wasn't like the type who would try to like go and like bust through a door to kill him. She was just excited by the cat. Didn't know what to do. But we didn't do much about it except like the cat. His name was Claude. What he did, he handled it himself. Yeah, he would come out like a little bit. He was named after a Devils hockey player.
Of course.
Oh, word.
Claude Lemieux, by the way. So he would come walk out a little bit, and then the dog would come, and he would go behind where the dog couldn't get him, and then he'd blast the fucking dog in the face. It was like Shadow was like a German Shepherd, Doberman, Roddy kind of mix thing. And he would do that, and she started learning her lesson because she was getting scuffed up in her face. And then he started getting cocky. He'd come out, and she'd start coming, and he'd be like, I'm gonna stay right here, and then boom, and now I'm gonna do it now. And then he'd go in the room and start hiding. By the end of their lives, they were sleeping together. They were like, all good.
They figured it out.
Yeah, they would sleep in the same bed, the whole thing. It was really good. But yeah, my point with the whole cat thing is, when I go there, I just give distance. I'm not sure totally about that psychology. I'm not petting cats who I don't know. I don't touch them. I don't like go by their.
You really don't strike me as a cat person at all.
No, I'm not a cat person, but I had a cat, and I had it when I and like.
A big distinction.
That's like she's talking to a microphone. I'm like, I didn't know you were a microphone person.
Yeah.
It's like, well, talking to me.
Well, to be honest, though, that is actually a good thing to say because I didn't know that you were going to be down to do the podcast. I didn't know that you were going to. No, for you, but for him, you definitely did not strike me as a cat person. Jamie did not strike me as a person that would be down to do a podcast.
I would say
here she is.
I'm an animal person. I'm an animal person number one.
Took so offense to that.
True.
No, I'm an animal person number
offense.
one. So, but I'm making the point the other way of like, it's not that I'm against cats. I like them. I actually like seeing how they behave. It's one of the most elite. It's probably the most elite predator on the planet.
Well, let me ask you this: then, would you get another cat? Would you get one?
I would get one, but Cassie's allergic.
That's what it is. Cassie's allergic.
Let's blame it on her.
Ask her.
I know she is, but
I would definitely get one. I would love to have a cat here. Well, the only thing is having a cat up here and letting outdoors is probably gonna get killed.
yeah,
Too much
I think you'd have to
Be
keep it
surprised,
indoors.
bro.
Well, my cat growing up, we tried to keep him as indoor, but the problem was as a kitten, they just put him outside. So he was like living outside to start his life. So when we brought him inside, he was like fucking losing his mind, like meowing. And we're like, no, we'll make him indoors. He'll be safe. And then like one day, I think my dad was like, this is never, I'm not living my life like this. And just let the cat out. And I was like, we'll see if he comes back. And he came back.
They usually do.
And then he would, towards the end of his life, Claude would literally just go outside in the morning. He would go hunt and do whatever the fuck he would do. And you hear wah on the neighborhood and all this shit going on. And then you'd do this whistle and he would fucking come home.
No way.
At night. Yeah. So the best was my parents would go to...
would he bring you like mice and
my
birds
mom,
and shit?
Mom, if you're watching, you'll understand this. My mom would be like literally... like the cat had my mom trained so well. So he would like... Claude would go outside and then start meowing to come back in. My mom would let him in. Mm-hmm. And then she'd let him out. And then in and out. And so then my parents, my brother was playing college hockey. So they would go up to New Hampshire to watch him play. And my mom would... Now, with Claude, make sure, please, Steven, I know you're out with your friends and drinking and all that. Make sure the cat is home at night, please, and all this thing. And he likes to go out, and she's giving me the schedules and all that. I would Mom, so now you know, Mom. I would literally in the morning, the cat's whining his face off. I'd pet him, let him out, gone for the whole entire day. Mm-hmm. And nighttime, I'm like, we're going out soon. I go, come inside the cut, close the door, done for the night.
No
That's
way.
all I do.
That's great.
No, he likes to go out at this. Comes back, and then he feed him, and then okay, enjoy outside.
Yeah.
And then the other thing she used to do, this fucking cat, she would open the door, and the cat, and she'd go, "Come on, Claude," like all these noises and shit, and Claude just sitting there, like 10 feet from the door.
Yeah.
Nah. Don't feel like it.
So then they would leave, and this is how I thought you learn about behavior. So something in my mind would say like, if he wants to do this and not come inside, so he's standing in the cold. I'm standing in the warm saying, come to the warm.
Yeah.
And he's saying, telling me to go fuck myself. Then door closed. Yeah. Back to what I was doing. I'll see you in like 30 minutes.
See if you want to come in
and then sure enough, who was standing there and come right in the house in 30 minutes. And then from that point, those days that my parents were away, he was on point, like trained. He was doing good. But my mom was trying to helicopter mom him and do all these things.
And for a cat, the cats don't.
No, they're so independent.
Yeah, they're so independent.
And you understand as the female and feminine, the emotional protection, all that stuff. So it makes sense why she was doing it. But he was more effective with like less being on him.
Yeah,
right.
So I really made it very clear to the cat. I was like, I'm not going to play this game at the front door. You're going to leave in the morning. You'll come back at night. This is how it's going to go. And I'll pet you when you're in the house at night. You go have fun during the day, and that's how we're going to do it. You got it? He's like, yeah, got it. So when he would be gone, it would be the easiest thing ever. It's all patterns and behavior bullshit.
Yeah.
I used to have an indoor cat, too, and he always used to try and escape. Yeah. Go outside. And in the beginning, I used to chase him and get him back. And then after a while, I was like, fuck him. If he wants to go out, then let him go. And sure enough, a few hours later, he'd be standing at the back door like,
dead.
Okay, I'm ready to come. No.
Sure enough, a few hours later, killed by a freaking fox. Coyotes got him.
I'm ready to come back in. And then let him in. And that was it.
Yeah. What else? Do we have another video we're doing here?
No, I think that's the end of the podcast, actually. It's been long enough.
Can be.
Yeah. Let's end it here. We're going to review our video. So, do you want to like start with that?
Yeah, this is a session we did a couple days ago, and it's a German Shepherd who came. Believe it or not, the guy on the left there is a professional fighter in mixed martial arts. That's his wife and their dog Max, 2-year-old German Shepherd. This dog's energy, believe it or not, is a lot like Nico in who they are, not in the reaction that he's doing and the stuff, but who the dog is. Like when I was handling this dog, I was like, it's so similar. And not just because he's a German Shepherd, too. He just looks, the feeling of him and the way he behaves and the way he's like his confidence level, his excitement, his drive, all that stuff was very similar to Nico. The only difference was Nico's got way more drive and energy than him, but how he's perceiving things, he's not that unsure, to be honest. They thought he was like nervous about a lot of this shit, but super common one. Like this guy's bit a few people, and he's reacting to 100% of dogs on the walk. So they don't know what to do, and they're realizing that they have X amount of time to get this dealt with, or before something bad happens. So they're here for help, and this is the first thing we did. Was they told me about the dog.
They've had him since he was a puppy.
Yeah, and they told me that the dog, he reacts just like they want to exercise him. This is a very common thing that people are doing. They want to exercise their dog more, bring the dog around more, but they can't because the dog's so reactive and so crazy on the leash that they can't do anything about it. So they were basically handcuffed with this dog, with a pent up, frustrated shepherd. No rules, boundaries, limitations. Dog thinks it's leading, which is obvious here. Look at like even her, like her body language right there is very like, oh God, kind of language. And when I say all this stuff, I always say it over and over. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm not trying to tease, but this is what is. So if you're getting sensitive about me saying the way the female is standing, turn the shit off. Because like, do not get a dog like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I said this kind of dog, he does have insecurity, but it's been developed and he can bite because of it. But he'll bite weak people. He'll bite soft people. He'll bite like that woman is like his favorite target. The first video we did.
The hi baby.
Yeah, it's like come in my house and do that so I can literally try to chomp your arm off when you do that. This guy doesn't go doop like the Chihuahua did. He goes rah and rah, like, you know. So anyway, play it. Let's see it. We'll get more into what's happening here.
But our goal today is to at least go walk with some dogs.
So stop it there. So right there, I said the goal today. This is right after she saw that with the husky. I said the goal today is to have him walk with some dogs. Mm-hmm. And her first reaction, you'll see, I teased Adam on here, but her first reaction is like, what?
Yeah, you caught it a little bit. If you go back, you could see her eyes.
I did catch it. I caught it, but you couldn't really see because she opened her mouth and everything. She had a mask on. You couldn't see that.
Yeah. COVID mask.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can play it now. You say.
Okay.
Did you get that cat? No, you need to get that cameraman.
The
stupid camera. Look at her.
Well, the masks are on. I can't.
With dogs.
What is it? What is the impression there? What do you feel?
It's not gonna go well. We can't even walk him with our own dogs.
Yeah.
I just want you to see
look at that. Just stop this for a second.
now.
So that's one. This is obviously highlight reel video. It's like whatever, 3 minutes long or something. When I see things like that, I don't always do this. It depends on the dog. It depends on the humans, and that. But because she like this guy, listen, this guy's a fucking MMA guy, so like I can help him. Mm-hmm. He understands discipline without a doubt. He understands exercise. He understands all these things. So that's the stuff that I can explain to him, and he'll be able to get it. But with her, and you saw, he was just like, that's going to be a lot. But even for him, a professional MMA guy, like see his dog being able to be with the dog was just like, nah, no way, right? Yeah. So with her, she was in total disbelief and almost terrified for it to happen. So to me, there's a couple things. Number one, I have to show this dog with other dogs because we have to remove that limiting belief and create that it's actually possible and create a belief. Okay, so this is happening on Earth right now that my dog is walking next to another dog. So how do it now it changes from I don't believe it's going to happen, and then me trying to like sell them and explain to them and all that shit to be like, okay, so it can happen. So what do I need to do now? So now we can get into the how-to. Remember, belief before the how-to. But you see, like, this is again back. I guess it goes back to the beginning of the video. So we can play the beginning now again. And just so you saw the highlight of me walking out with Apollo there, you'll see that coming up, and I'll explain what I did to do this.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like charging him up.
So petting him keeps it going.
Stop it there. So it's a very common one that I see, whether it's a dog reacting, whether it's an insecure dog being shy, fearful, nervous, anxious, excited, is the humans go to pet. So they're doing what they would do to another human being, which is like, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine.
Right, they're comforting them.
I'm going to comfort you, and I'm going to explain what's happening to you so you can rationalize that nothing bad is happening here. Mm-hmm. But they're doing it as a human, saying, calm down. But the dog is taking it as, you're giving me affection while I'm in this aroused state, in this tense state, in this excited state, so you want more of this shit? Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think I tell him here, this is like, dogfighting is obviously super fucked up, but like, this is what they do in dogfighting. If you watch dogfighting ring, it would look like that. The guy would he would just be behind him more, and they pet.
Right. That's how you always say, you get what you pet.
Yeah, so they increase them, they get them really riled up, and then they pet. Yes. Look at what they do in canine unit when they do bite sleeve work. They want the dog to hit the sleeve, and while he's biting, I do it with Nico. When he's biting and holding, I don't do it with the sleeve. I do it with the pillow with him. But when he's on it, you're touching them. That's a good boy. Very good. So it desensitizes the body to the touching and all that, but it also increases like, yes, we want you to bite and bite hard, and hold on to that shit until I tell you to let go of it.
Right.
So that's what he's kind of doing here. He's doing like police work. He's like the canine unit, like about to do the apprehension, but his intention is calm the fuck down about the dog here that's walking by. Go ahead, play.
So petting him keeps it going. Encourages it. So look like
It's hard to even hear with dog barking.
When they're like that and they're looking at the other dog. This would be more perfect.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they tried to, but he kept
So
going.
yeah, but
Right,
go
the
back,
dog's
go back.
confused.
Can you go back? Yeah. Watch when he actually does do it correct. Look, watch what the dog does. He actually gets attention for a brief second. But right there, boom.
He did that earlier also.
The dog gives it to him, but he's so pent up with energy and so aroused that like it's a split second that he gives the attention.
Mm-hmm.
But he gives attention there, so that could be something. That's all, just so everybody understands. When I'm like when we're talking about correction, I like to call it just interruption, just to interrupt the mind. But like in that moment right there, all I'm looking for when I'm doing that is to get attention. Like people think it's like you're trying to like show the dog what the deal is and punish him and make sure he realizes next time. Most of the time it's just get attention. So then I can deliver information to him, which is why I want you to now sit down and relax. But he doesn't understand. This dog has zero clue what the word relax means at any point in his life. So he's like, what? What do you like? Why? He got confused, the dog, there for a second, but that's what you actually want, believe it or not, in that moment, is to confuse that pattern. So his idea is, I see here the dog coming, so I'm just going to do my normal thing. And then the guy usually is petting or talking to him or pulling him away. But this time he went, hey. And the dog, what? What's that? So what's that? That has to be right in that moment to be able to move him back, to redirect with food.
Right. So it is more of an interruption than a correction.
Yeah.
It's literally exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you explained that really well. That's like such a common thing that you do is when you interrupt, you address
break a neurological pathway or a pattern almost.
and then when you interrupt and you address them in that moment, you're getting their attention and you're giving them the next piece of guidance.
It's A to B was this, right? And this is the road we always traveled. But this is a problematic road for these people, right? So their road is like we start here and a dog becomes present and then Max loses his fucking mind until the dog leaves. And that's how it goes every time. And the more they practice it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So to him, it's like the 405 in LA if he wants to get on the road and travel that path, that neurological pathway. It's like the dog's there, and it's so easy to just go that because it's been practiced in so many repetitions of doing that.
Right.
But when he did that, like pop, he just threw some shit in the road. That the guy had to go, whoa, what the hell? I've never seen a stick in the road.
I have to
And
navigate
like,
this.
Go around that. What I'm trying to do with some of them is like bring like a redwood tree. You know about that shit. The big fucking tree to come, boom, no longer can go this way. And then the dog's
It's
like,
not an
"What?"
option.
And I'm in this confused state of like, well, I always did this. I'm not sure what to do.
Right.
And then when they're in that, it's like I'm over here. I'm like the highway guy or the cops over here being like, hey, there's a road open over here. And it's like, it's a little bit fucked up the road and it's going to be all bushes and all this stuff on there, but you can get that way. So, and that to the dog that's the new neurological pathway, which is dog is present and I'm not going after him with my humans present.
I
Did
love
make
your
that too
analogy.
complicated? Or
No.
No, I
Okay.
thought I love your analogy.
The only part that you lost me though was when you said the 405 being wide open. I don't know what the hell you're
it's never
talking
open.
about there.
I mean wide, it's as if it was wide open. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what time of day is
Never.
it? Like it's never open.
Apocalypse. Yeah.
Literally apocalypse.
That's the one thing about LA though. It's like I don't want to get crazy like with that, but like I thought New York traffic was bad. LA is it is
You have
the
no idea.
worst in the world.
You know why?
I've never
Also,
been.
you're traveling. You've never been? I thought you were.
You've never been to LA ever? Jesus.
gotta
You've
go.
been to
Earth
California
before?
though, right?
Yes.
You've been to California?
What?
California?
No.
Okay. So LA, you have to travel far distances. Everything's not super
Yeah, I know.
close. So when you hit traffic, you're hitting traffic for a long period of
Well,
time.
and everybody drives
And
there.
there's
That's
not
why
as
it's
much
spread
mass
out.
transportation either.
There's
Yeah.
none.
There's way more options.
Literally
Shit.
none.
Because they can't have subways because of the earthquakes and crap.
Right.
They don't have basements. That's another thing. I remember like going
No
to LA
basements.
and realizing like,
Oh yeah,
what are you
did
guys
say
doing
that.
here?
No
Like,
basements.
like, and where's the basement? And they're like, then they'd be like, they almost didn't understand the word. They're like, basement? I'm like,
Basement?
no,
What
no,
is
like the
that?
thing
What is that?
underground. They're like a bunker? It's a basement.
You know what's underneath the houses?
Yeah.
Like about 2 feet worth
Yeah.
of like
Just
foundation.
like, foundation.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the video. Look at the tension on the leash, prong collar, the whole fucking deal. Low on the neck. This is a big bullshit reaction now that he's been doing it a little bit. It's just you can see how much of a habit. But look at his tail. He must be happy. No, he's not. He's excited. Look at the direct eye contact. Look at the ears. Look at the tense leash.
See, he gave it to him right there.
Yeah. But there's just no follow through, and he's not sure, so we helped him with that. Look where the dog is compared to the humans.
Mm-hmm. In front.
In front, leading.
Because if you show weakness with him, he's weak, but he'll take serious advantage of you.
Yeah, pause that.
If you show weakness.
So, sorry about the mask. It's fucking Corona, whatever. I can't stand talking in those masks and like breathing.
I can't even hear you.
Like you can smell your own breath.
I thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Forgot to brush my teeth and shit. No, it's like when they're
Jamie has to like to sneak disses like
out of nowhere. I know.
So quick.
And the worst is I just like agree with it. And continue on like it's normal.
Well, it's even better because you give her no more steam. It's like yep, that's exactly why.
Like, damn, I was trying to get you there. Okay. No,
just laughs it off.
But it's like with the mask. But this dog is the type of dog who, like, if I go to the leash and try that softer approach, and if you try the positive thing and let's do redirection and all that, you'll make this dog so much worse. Mm-hmm. Either you're going to get bit or you're going to make this thing so much worse. So this is a dog you actually have to come with strength with. And strength doesn't mean physically, like, strength doing it, but strong energy you have to come with. Saying, like, I'm not one you're going to bite. Because I can see it in him that he's like, yeah, look at who I am. But he's like, doesn't really want to do it at all. You can feel from him that he doesn't want to do it when you're there. Steve, can you explain that? Fuck, I don't know how. But because you weren't, those humans weren't there. They're not there. But how can I describe that? Who he is. Yeah, it's just the vibe where I really don't think he wants to do it. And it's more of like, he's like, it's like the rah, 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 rah. And then like, look to the human. Like, we do this, right?
Right.
Because if he's really aggressive, he's going to be like losing his shit and stay on that dog and like want to get away to go like attack. He doesn't want to.
Right.
Later in the video, you actually showed.
I was going to say, you see that later in the
video.
video.
Yeah. Continue this. So let's play. Forgot about that.
Because you have the pent up energy too.
Yep. That's a huge factor.
So he's like, when I'm being firm with him, he's like, all right.
Did you do any exercise with him?
Yeah, we biked him.
Session?
There's a full video coming out too, but
yes, but not here.
Don't do that weak shit with me. You know?
Yeah.
I just want you to see it.
So stop here.
For now.
So obviously the leash, he's like, not walking very well on the leash. He's walking decent on the leash, but he's resisting. I got the leash short but not tense and all that. But this is again the part that I'm saying I gotta like get these people to create, like, to see this shit, and we don't have that much time because they only had scheduled one session. Now they've seeing this shit, they're like, okay, we're coming back until this is done. Now they believe in it, and I understand that too. Like, I don't take offense. I used to be like, how come these people don't trust me with their, like, they don't think. But then the more I was in this industry, I realized like how many people are breaking the trust of clients by giving them like bullshit. Just giving them bullshit ways of like dealing with dogs. They don't really understand dogs. They know of dogs. They know the theory of dogs. And they're saying, oh, like that kind of reactivity. And they go into their book and see what somebody else told them to do. And it's like, oh, with reactivity, we have to get them food motivated. Mm-hmm. Don't do that with that dog. And then we have to go, look at me, and do all that shit. Don't do that with that guy. Trust me. Do not do that with this particular dog. If I do that with that dog, I'm either going to get bit or I'll have no control over him. This dog is... Okay, so who he's also doing is screaming for, can someone fucking lead me in this world? And can someone challenge me? That's what I was saying about the pent up energy. If you add a dog like all those things,
after he's about to
go. Yeah, but if you go with pent up energy, and then you're not fulfilling the dog, he's reacting, he's doing all those things. That's just like literally the fuel. It's the cocktail. So. How do I make Max? Okay. Well, what I'll do with Max...
How do you make him what he is currently?
Yeah, well, look at this. How do I make Max and how did I make Nico? What's the difference? Well, with if I want to make Max, we know how we made Nico, right? With all the comments and all that shit. If I want to make Max, I'm going to let him invade space from the moment I meet him. I told them how I met Nico. Like, I let him come smell me and then just walk away. And they were like, oh, we didn't do that. Yeah. So, and that's what most people do. Most people do the opposite. If they lay on the ground, the dog's all over them. And that's the first imprint of what you mean. Is someone who literally gets walked all over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if I'm going to make Max, I'm going to let him, I'm not going to take leadership. I'm going to start with excitement, pet him excited, talk to him excited, feed him excited. I'm going to let him invade space. I'm going to give him not many rules, boundaries, limitations in the house. I'm not going to fulfill his energy level or his drive or his breed instincts or his dog instincts. Definitely won't provide leadership for him. Let him feel like he's in the lead. Let him be territorial of the house. Like, let him make a fuckload of decisions and give him a ton of freedom. And that's kind of what they did.
And they have 2 other dogs, right?
Yeah, there's 2 other dogs there too. And she said that they can't even walk in with them. So now you're just stuck with a dog who's like pent up, who's dying to work. These guys become dangerous, and then you understand why he bites, because he's so you see a lot of these dogs in shelters, not as much anymore because everyone's adopting these dogs.
Yeah.
But you see these dogs in the shelters who, they're just so frustrated. They're so pent up. Nobody walks them. So they're sitting there every day, like waiting and waiting. And when someone take me out, someone take me out. And it's like, here comes the human. And they're like ready. They're so pent up. They're frustrated. Prince. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'll bite. I'll go crazy. So it just gets to that. That's how you make him. But if you do the opposite of like you come in, do no touch the talk to eye contact at the beginning, where you provide leadership, rules, boundaries, limitations, give affection when he's calm, follow through when needed, start socializing right away, but in the right way, not sending him just to the dog park or a daycare. Sending him to a place like here where we're walking them with dogs. We're spending time together with dogs. We're picking the right dogs for him to be around, showing him how to be with a young dog, how to be with a senior, how to be with a small dog, how to be with a sensitive dog, how to be with a pushy dog. Like you're teaching them all that stuff in prevention to do that. But a lot of people, I understand it. It's like people don't put this much into it. They just
people don't know either.
I love German Shepherds. It's why like when I walk Nico around and people, he's beautiful, and you hear the people, we should get a German Shepherd. I'm like,
please don't.
No, I don't.
I want to like make him look uglier so they don't like want him, because they see him and I'm like, like it's like someone who's like heavy. I love using the weight stuff. It's like someone who's super heavy set sees somebody walking around in great shape, and they're like, I think I'm gonna start like working out like he does. It's like you won't be able to. You have to like ease your way into that. You're not ready for it. And just make sure you understand how long of a game this is, how much is included, and how much is done like in human resources to achieve that.
Right.
That's been a thing that's been huge to me lately. Like, is like people talk, I want to do this, and then it's like they don't have any clue what it costs in human resources. And then once they realize it, they're like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So who was I just talking to this about? I think one of the clients yesterday. I said, like, I told them, I'm like, I literally work 7 days a week, like 12 hours a day minimum. But do I get tired and burnt out? Something? Yes. But I don't get frustrated. I don't complain usually. I don't complain. I don't bitch. He caught himself there. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't like go through like I can't believe it's how much work this takes. I understand what it takes in human resources. I'm prepared to wait. Sometimes I get anxious about how long it takes, but I understand what it costs. So people like are fighting like, but why can't you just pet that Chihuahua when he's like that? Because that's the way it is. That's what Mother Nature is. Well, why can't I just form a multi-million-dollar business with just like doing like fucking 40-hour work week? Because it doesn't work that way.
Right.
95% of businesses fail in 10 years. Look, I'm like on the microphone talking about them now. I'm like getting closer, like talking shit. Yeah. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Like,
you're like staring down.
10 fucking years. You know? Back up. Oh my God. No, but it's true though, right? Like
this guy.
People like don't fucking get it. And what does it take to get in the shape you want, to achieve the dog you want, get the career you want, achieve the finances you want, find the spouse you want? A lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
On yourself, on other things. There's a lot of shit that happens. So I don't know why I got to that as I'm looking at this video.
You're buying me time. Dude.
Oh, because of the shepherd. Because of the shepherd. It's just buying.
Because people like the look.
Yeah, I want a shepherd.
Husky's another one. Look at that guy.
Yeah, I know. It's another like. And he lives at a ranch, and he still doesn't get totally fulfilled because he's got to run nonstop. It's
much different here though now.
Yeah,
from
Hoboken. He lives on 8 acres. Yeah. All right, let's play. So
Yeah.
this is again just to surprise them and just be like, holy shit, I never thought this could happen.
Yeah, the very next part is going to be.
Hold on. And I have to unfortunately do these things. Like, this is not the approach I would normally do. If the dog was coming here, I would do like a much different approach potentially, meaning I would take my time with it. Like, I wouldn't even start with dogs with this dog. I would like be like, let me go bike him. Let me go do shit with him. Let me do a little leash work with him, build up a relationship a little bit with him. Then I'll bring my best dog who's most compatible to him around that I can help him with and then link that and then build upon that. But because people have screwed this up already with this dog, the other trainers they worked with and all
they used other trainers.
I'm pretty sure they didn't they?
I want to say they did. Yeah.
I get confused because majority, many do.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the far majority come here. That's what I say too. I was saying this to the people like, why are we getting the dog second and not first?
That's what I always say too.
But I understand why, because it's like anything else. It's like I'm gonna get they're budget chopping and thinking that like the budget chopping is gonna be like, well, maybe we'll get it with this. Worst case, we'll go there. But it's almost like the probability is very high that you're gonna end up here paying that price anyway to get the results.
You're playing double essentially when you do that.
It's something I changed. I think I talked about this in the podcast. Of like, we're gonna get the turf put in. Like, should we spend the whole summer trying to figure out how to get our own turf and doing all this bullshit, or spend the money, get it done the right way that it's going to last, and then all that time that we would have spent there, build up something else, like work with more dogs, do more media, like. So to me, it's important, if it fits the budget and all that things, to pay for things and get it done the proper way the first time.
Right. There's certain things that you really can't cut on.
And as I mentioned, how much money you're going to end up spending on, and then you eventually have to do it anyway.
Right.
So in total, you end up spending way
There's a fine balance there, and I think that you guys complement each other on that, because Steve will sometimes go for the more expensive thing because he's like, let's just get it done. Jamie will be like, let's save a little bit of money because this is somewhere where we can save a little bit of money.
That's a pack. That's a balance. So it's like, for me, I'll literally every day spend the money in the account to go down to zero.
Yes.
And be like, because I believe so much in it. And I'd be like, we need to use all of, because I see all the dollars that come as like ammo, like for the war, which is the war to teach people how to find balance and with their dogs and with themselves. So I need ammo. Right. I need to stockpile ammo, but I don't want to have all my ammo for war sitting in the fucking warehouse. I want to shoot it.
But I also don't want to shoot it all at once.
That's right. So that's what my thing is. For me, I'll go to zero.
True.
But the point is, it shows like my belief in it.
Right.
That like nothing's gonna stop. That's the most important thing I would say in business is like, I'm not gonna quit. There's no way it's ending. Coronavirus. What do we need to do? How are we gonna survive it? Whatever it is, we will like get it done. And that has to be the belief. And then you figure out the ways and have a stingy ass, like fucking cheap ass fucking.
That was coming.
And who is he talking about?
Yeah.
Me, of course.
Oh shit!
But I'm not like that with everything. But there are certain
things you have to be
where I'm like, do we really need to do that?
Yeah.
Like, do we really need to spend that much money on
Steve and I are similar.
Do you spend
we'll
X amount of money on mics, or do you spend like the hugest, biggest amount? Well, what's the difference? Let's actually weigh this out. So between this mic and the next mic is like this jump in money and then only this jump in performance.
Right. Adam's laughing because it took a year to get these
No.
Yeah, exactly.
that is honestly that part is funny, but those mics that you guys see in front of us, the professional mics that we wanted to use were like $500.
Yeah.
Both of these are $500 for the pair. Yeah. So that is actually somewhere where Jamie does help to remind us, like, yo, like what can we do here?
I say good. Like at the same time as I'm like
shitting on me, you're also you're doing good.
Like, yeah, that's right. Fucking pay half price for that. Like, better deal.
Yeah.
But I'm really for the better deal too. Like the deal.
Me too.
But what's the deal mean? Doesn't mean the cheapest price. Because if I pay a cheaper price for shit, that's not a bad deal.
Correct.
So that's what people don't understand about business either. It's like, what's the deal? It's a better deal. Look at the price. Right. It's a better deal.
But what are you buying?
People will say to me, Cassie tells me, they say, like, but we get a better deal with that trainer. Really? Okay, so let's compare the deals. You pay this money with Steve and you get the fucking thing done and you're happy with your dog. Or you pay this money and then it doesn't do shit and the dog is worse off and then you got to pay Steve's.
Right.
That's
so
right.
What's the better deal? Which one do you want to do?
Doing the sales over there, huh, girl?
Yeah.
She's somewhere down there.
I don't know. All right, let's go back to the video.
Let's do it.
So this is what's to surprise them. Look at where the dog's focused. So I'm just not letting him get too excited here, which is why I'm putting some pressure. Look at the good fucking guy.
He's like, can I film this? He's like, can I film this? I was like, yep, go ahead.
Look. So Jay's standing there with Apollo. This was 10 minutes after these dogs. He was going crazy towards Apollo. So if he wants to, he's going for him. This is more to educate the human. This is a reactive dog, not aggressive dog. He can become aggressive, but he's primarily reactive. Look.
Look, she's shocked.
And the shepherd was barking at us and Adam and everybody too. So look, all the people he wanted to kill when he's not with mommy and daddy, he doesn't know how to fuck do it.
Good boy, Apollo. And when you first walked up, she was like, "Aw."
Look, so then I bring him back. I just wanted to show that. I would never let that happen normally, but I would say, look. So I get right away. Give direction. I want you to sit here and relax. And look at how he calms down a little bit. She's asking if, but how would they react if they were off leash in a dog park? I'm like, you're not ready for that.
Yeah, that's the next phase.
It's like having like a kid who's like fighting everybody in the schoolyard, and then he walked by a kid and didn't do it. Be like, what if we put him in a UFC ring? It's like, well, maybe not yet. We'll get there though.
Yeah.
That's humans too, by the way.
Yeah, they just want to rush it. They want
10
the
minutes
results.
10 minutes prior to, it's like, holy shit, there's no way you're gonna get this dog another dog. And then 10 minutes later, she sees it with the dog, and it's like, and in the dog park, whoa,
can they play together now?
I like your change, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I'd rather that route. Like, I want to get them to this thing, but then I'm saying like, okay, do you understand human resources? Yes, good. It's what I've gotten much better over my career of telling people. They'll come in with a dog who's somewhat of a mess, right? And they're like, my goal is off leash, and I'm like, telling them I'm the nutritionist. I'm saying, okay, you want to have that shape and have that physical condition. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take this amount of time, likely, and this amount of dedication and discipline to eating like this, supplementing like this, working out like this, sleeping like this, like getting your training, all the workout, all that shit.
And some people will say, like, yeah, you know what, that really doesn't fit my schedule. I don't have the time. That's not for me. I don't want to put that much work in.
Which is fine.
Right.
That's fine. Just understand what it costs and don't start bitching about blaming everybody else. This is what it is. You don't know what life is? People want this. And then life, nature, things say, okay, it costs this. And humans say, I don't like that. Okay? So then what do you want from me?
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's not
fair.
fair.
Who says it. Everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to put the work in to get there.
Who says it?
I want to say Kevin Hart. Somebody said it. Some like powerful person.
Oh, yeah. There was another good one that like... I just hit the mic again. Sorry. I sent it to Cassie. It was hold on.
Steve's mic etiquette. I swear, he's like
I'm a
I
dog
think
guy.
it started over the table, and now it's completely.
Yeah, it's like in his nose,
him.
like on his forehead. That's honestly one of my favorite parts about this podcast is like how silly this guy gets.
You can you see from this? Like, see my phone? I can play it here.
Where is this?
Right here.
He's saying it's right here.
It's right here, you idiot.
Can you see it
Fucking thing I'm
or
holding
not?
Right here.
You would have to get a little bit closer if you wanted us to see it.
No, but I'm gonna like.
He wants to use the mic.
Difference between
We can definitely hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
people who whine.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna play it so
Ready.
people can hear it. Okay.
Okay.
Or not.
I'm definitely gonna.
So the difference between people who win and people who whine is very simple. People who whine want to feel good before they do something, and people who win do something so they can feel good.
It's a good one. You sent it to Cassie?
So which one are you?
I've often said the difference between people who win and people who whine is very simple. People who whine want to feel good before they do something, and people who win do something so they can feel good.
So this is John C. Maxwell. He's like a big-time leadership guy, leadership coach. John C. Maxwell is his Instagram here. Yeah, best-selling author and speaker on leadership, trainer, coach, blah, blah, blah. So I love his stuff on leadership. He talks more about humans and leadership, but I love that one about like the people who whine are the ones who want to feel good, but they didn't do shit. That's how my version, that's how I would have translated his thing. And the people who actually win in life are the ones who do shit and then they feel good about it.
It's a good one.
So you either can not do shit, not get anything done and then complain about it and whine about it, or you can do shit, get it done, and feel good. Which one you want to do?
I'll take the second option, please.
Doing shit.
Whatever whining is, she'll do that one.
Yeah.
I'm
And the
not a
winning is
whiner. We all
accomplishment.
know
It's like
that.
almost like winning.
Want some
Define
cheese with that
winning.
wine?
Define winning. It's like, well, what's the win to certain people? Like, like a win to a lot of these like stock guys is like the most money. That's their win. They made the most. But what's the win in your life? To me, nature is telling us about the right win, which is calmness, confidence, love, joy. Being able to just live in balance, live in a state of peace, in a state of happiness, in a state of giving. Like that's what life really. Are we done with the videos, by the way?
No.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
How long are we?
What other video? Oh yeah.
We have the one that someone sent.
But anyway, that was
Almost
my
an
point
hour.
for you guys. Is to really lay out the lay of the land of like what is shit gonna cost in human resources and be honest with yourself. Like
That's the most important
here's my
thing,
thing.
is being honest.
This is what I think it should be. Humans should create goals that are so ambitious and so outrageous it doesn't even think it's possible. Like they in their rational minds that there's no I don't even think this is fucking possible of what I'm gonna do. But at least you're shooting for out there and not just shooting for what's right in front of you. So then you'll catch, if I, let's just say, we'll use money because it's the easiest way to measure it, but I want to acquire $100 million. So if you say that's your goal, you really want to get 100 million. Say you want to make $1 billion, 150 million, it's 500 million, something above that. It has to be above. So then if you don't get there, you end up, you didn't get to 500 million, but you ended up with 222 million. I'm just using the numbers like for math. You know what I'm saying?
Will Smith said, why would you be realistic with your dreams? Yeah. It's a good one.
It's so true.
Like, why would you be realistic? This is your fucking dreams. What do you want?
So,
like,
good question. So, are you watching this right now? Do you feel you've been like over the top ambitious with your dreams and your goals, or are you giving realistic goals based on who you are right now and just hoping that you get there? It's a good question to ask. I'll tell you, and they shift, by the way, too, because my goal was in the beginning was to have like make 100K in revenue, walk dogs 5 days a week.
And then you got there, and then
then you kind of have to keep readjusting.
Yeah.
The bar changes.
It changed.
It goes up.
It changed, but I accomplished that really fast. That was like such an easy goal.
Yeah, and sometimes you go in different directions too. You think you want this, and as you're getting there, you're like, well, wait a second.
So that's what I'm saying.
If I did this instead.
If the goal can be achieved in like 2 minutes, it's not the best goal, in my opinion.
Well, then it's not really. It's a short-term goal.
Yeah, or what is the actual goal? Like what is it that you're like? I don't want to get upset and when I talk with my spouse. Let's just say. So if you do it in that one moment, that's quick, but it's gonna take time to do that. But we'll get into a whole. I'm not even gonna start this right now. We'll get into a whole thing. I know we have another video.
He always does that. He starts it and then he's like, "Nah, I'm not even gonna start it."
Because he wants to give people a taste.
Because then I started articulating it and started getting into depth on it.
Watch the next podcast; it'll be on there.
I saw another really good one about thinkers, and I can't remember what it was now. Fuck. It was like I don't know. I'll try to find it for the next one. It was like 3 types of people kind of thing.
On how they think.
Yeah, it was like the ones who think or just think other. I don't know. I'll find it and I'll come up with it. But let's go do the second video. I'm gonna see if I can find it while we're doing this one.
This is my dog Darwin.
That looks like what's his face? Caesar's dog.
Roughly 8-year-old Chihuahua. I have an issue that
not Taco.
No, the old one.
Coco.
He's always done this. I've tried.
I think he actually lives. Oh, sorry. I think he actually lives with Calvin.
Salt that mic.
Yeah.
I've tried simulating like desensitizing, and he knows.
I don't like salt on
it.
This guy's not paying attention at all. Let's redo this.
Yeah, redo this shit.
This guy.
Okay. So Caesar's dog Coco. Is Caesar's asking a question?
Yeah, Caesar's dog Coco.
He is a roughly 8-year-old Chihuahua.
8-year-old Chihuahua.
I have an issue that he barks at the door. We've had him for 6 years, and he's always done this.
Okay.
I've tried.
He looks back in the pack though, so it's normal.
My husband should be coming home soon, so that will show you how he barks. I've tried simulating like desensitizing, and he knows when I'm knocking. Like he knows.
But that's good.
That he's not going to bark. But it's been really hard trying
to
create.
Stop it there.
Spontaneous stimulus.
That's good. Like that's part of it. Like if your dog is losing his mind about just even the sound, accomplish the sound first. So you can do the knock, knock, knock. Even if it's just the sound and they're watching you, like you can try this with your own dog. If you walk to the front door and you knock on it and they start barking, like just you can start with that. Accomplish that. So she accomplished that, which is good. Even though the dog is like you can see he's a little weak about it and everything. Little unsure. So it's likely a back of the pack whose job is to alert, and now it just got excessive. So like for me, I allow Nico to bark when someone's knocking on the door, ringing the bell, but then I put a limitation on so it doesn't become obsessive or excessive, I should say. Yeah. So limitations. Remember, rules minus limitations. Limitation on excitement, which is the barking. Go ahead.
That he knows isn't me while correcting the behavior. So, here it is. Quiet. Sit down.
Go back to it just before he barked. If you can. And play there. I just want to count how many pieces of direction she made without influencing.
It's been really hard trying to
so we'll count it.
Spontaneous stimulus.
With the shushes and the haze or quiets, whatever she said.
While correcting the behavior. So, here it is. Quiet. Sit down.
So in that amount of time, I counted 10 as fast as I could.
About 10.
10 pieces of direction, but all didn't influence.
Right.
So in that moment, what she needs here is a leash for sure on the dog, and that's one where the dog's like already got there, like the shush and the words and all that. They clearly haven't done enough conditioning of what that actually means prior to. So she's going shh, quiet, quiet, shh, quiet, shh, quiet. What I don't know, something else she said too. Hey, I think. Hey,
sit or something.
Sit. Yeah. So the dog's just hearing ruff, 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 ruff. That's all she's hearing. So she thinks she's joining in.
Right.
So here's a good piece. Go back to when she's talking, like a couple, like maybe like 10 seconds while she's talking. And then when the bark happens, and I want you guys to notice how she's speaking. And then how her energy shifts in her talking when the dog starts barking.
Right.
So see if she stayed calm, or would you notice this to be excited?
Simulating like
calm talk.
Desensitizing, and he knows when I'm knocking. Like,
he knows when I'm knocking.
He knows that's me, and then he's not going to bark. But it's been really hard trying to create spontaneous stimulus. So you feel that
spontaneous stimulus
while correcting the behavior. So.
Right. So it's her energy actually is somewhat calm there.
It's in between though. It's like
it's somewhat calm. It's just the speed at which she's saying it.
Right,
hey. No, I mean 10 times in like seconds. So it's a lot of commands for me. It's one. It doesn't work. Influence. Yeah. So and another thing too is she can go in front of the dog, and then move him back. And then if he doesn't know what to do, that's why you need a leash. Just a leash so you have access. Because that little dog is gonna if you go to approach, he could run away. You could go this way, that way. Right. The other thing is and she's saying the dog is nervous, right? She's like a nervous dog. You guys are saying, right? Or did I think she put here.
Barks anytime he hears a noise outside.
Yeah, barks at any noise. He's afraid of strangers. Barks at anyone comes in. He can occasionally get aggressive towards them too. Any assistance. So he's unsure. So where else can I build confidence in this dog? So look, this is another thing. People usually send. That's me getting over my shit though. I say this all the time. It's not the people getting offended if I say it, but sometimes I talk like Trump. Which is in it doesn't actually mean it, but it's for impact. So it's
always. Sometimes I do what I do is
no, not like that, but the exaggerations to make a point.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. He would be all the people think that, and they don't all obviously think that, but the majority of.
Right.
So I say it that's one of the things I do a lot of. I'm I even be talking about the company. I'm nobody here understands how to. It's I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just saying most
you do
of the
that
people,
now. You're just so you know, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
but
so that's my own growth. Again, it is everyone. It always it's the extreme to make a point.
Right.
But I'm getting better about not going there to be so people are well, wow, he's talking about all of us, or we're not just to be the better about communication. Anyway.
That was it.
So this is the one where you have to work with this dog somewhere else too. So what I'm saying is people send the videos of the dog's worst behavior. How do I fix this? Which is good to see, but there's a lot of questions that we have to ask, which is why I want to eventually talk to these people. I'm because right now I'd be asking her, when did you get the dog? I think she said 2.
At 2, and he's 8.
What was he like when you got him? I want to know. I want to know, were there other dogs in the home? Who else lives in the home? How often has he been doing this? What was your strategy? Did you work with any trainers up to this point? What have you tried? What has worked? What hasn't worked? Was anything influenced in any way? Did he get better at times? Tell me about these aggressive instances. Are people reaching towards him? Is it he's going out of his way to go do it? How do you feel, by the way, lady? That's the most important thing. How are you feeling about all this? It bothers me a little bit. Okay, that's fair. Where did you learn to stress? There's so many things to be. But to me, right there in that moment,
but what did the dog actually start barking at? It wasn't her knock.
I think someone was coming to the door.
Something else.
The husband was coming home or something.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Somebody was coming home.
So leash, I would do, but another one you could potentially do would be try the positive interruption thing that I did with Taco, that dog Taco. It's on our Instagram page. Do we have a YouTube of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the YouTube. We can. Whatever.
Can you put it in the comments, in the caption?
Yeah, link.
Yeah,
link to it.
Whatever.
You guys can also see on here that how it looks at least. Sorry.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
See this one? This is the one. Watch that one, because that's one that you could do with him potentially, or her, the dog, the Chihuahua.
We're gonna have to play it. But,
no, but this is the one.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look how old that one is. 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You and Cassie.
500 views. Probably worst viewed one.
Oh no!
No,
Look, that one has less, and it's just you.
Yeah.
So I have shut down. So I'm a normal person. We're all
Look how different the podcast was.
Damn, I was in some good fucking shape right there, though, a little bit, it seemed like.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, 11:30.
I think everybody was in
But
decent
I was
shape.
up at 7 a.m. and Cassie looked at me. She's like, I think you should go back to bed. That's what she said to me because I was just like out of it. So it was one of those like laying in bed. I was just like, I'm human.
I saw the first comment. Exactly. You guys should do a day in the life of pack leader dog kind of thing. That would be kind of cool.
You guys should do a day in the life of pack leader, from what goes on in the business to personal consults. It would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that we've been wanting to do a vlog. Now that you have like your training day, Steve, coming up, you're gonna have weekends, and we can shoot the hell out of the training. Out of the training sessions, but we can also do the beginning of your day all the way through the whole thing.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was saying 7 days a week, like all that shit, right? But the problem is for me, management is like not my best thing. And even managing myself, I'll hustle and go, but I can find myself at times becoming a busybody or being like, I'm not even sure what I should be doing right now because I have like, oh my God, I have like an hour. What should I even do with this? Like, this is like so valuable. I'm almost like frozen about it. So what I did with Cassie was say that I want to be scheduled for like my consultations, and like these are when I'm required to have a scheduled thing on certain days at certain times, because things have changed. Where in the beginning of my career, I was like I had to almost like follow the environment. Like someone wanted a session at Tuesday at 3 a.m. I was there at Tuesday at 2:58, ready to go with them, because you're taking anything you can get at that moment. But now it's demand's high that now I'm almost like, what do you need? What do you need? It's just like I'm all over the place.
Well, there's a lot more going on now.
So much going on
business-wise.
Yeah, tons more. So I have to be smarter about it, and that's something I learned too. When I don't know, did we talk about this? That I went to Hoboken with Cassie to just take a break.
Yes, we talked about it last.
Yeah, so that's like just to take a break. I realized how much more efficient I can be by giving my mind a break, and it also reminded me on how important meditation is to give yourself that like 5, 10, 15-minute break from the day to just be present with yourself. Super important. Or else you're just running around. Just like, what just happened? Well, you're here now. Now is where the happiness is. Like, that's the shirt on the back. It says, true happiness is found by living in the moment. I was going to turn around, but you can't see it. Good adjustment by me. It's literally living in the moment is where it is. So if you're always thinking about what's next or depressed about what happened to you in the past or anticipating the future, you're never living now. And someone said recently, there's nothing else but now. So tell me about the future. Where can I see? Where is that? Like, and what about your past? Like, tell me about that childhood. Like, where is that? Where do I find that?
Right.
Oh, on video, that's not even real. It's past. It's not even now. So it's not even happening. So what's only thing is happening is what's happening right in this moment.
Getting all philosophical on us, huh?
It's true. Yeah, everything's found here in this thing. So look, it's like I'm trying to do all this stuff right now, so maybe over here I can feel better. Mm-hmm. But why don't you just feel better the whole time?
Right. Something you have to remind yourself of, too.
Of course. All this shit is all reminding yourself because we're not trained this way. We've been trained by our parents and people growing up and society and fucking media and all this stuff to worry about shit, be nervous, do this, do that. It's just, we're not taught about this because, a lot of this stuff comes down to money and control and business and all these things.
Sure.
So if all people are happy, like if everyone's healthy, how are pharmaceuticals going to make money?
Right.
If everyone's happy and fulfilled, how are all these other businesses? Yeah, it's.
It all really comes down to money.
Yeah. If they're not scaring you on media, they're not scaring you on media, they're not making money. People aren't watching. They were saying this thing that since Trump's been out of office, like the media ratings have like plummeted for all these like the big media companies.
Really?
Yeah, because they made 4 years of bashing him and how bad it is and all this shit. Oh, did you hear what he said? Nah. They were loving that shit. As much as CNN and all these companies, regardless of your views, how much they loved having Trump as president.
Yeah, because they made money off of it.
Yeah.
And we're not saying like who we're for or anything, but Biden just seems a little more boring. Like he just doesn't have a lot going on.
He's more of like what you saw with Obama and like the other things where just like he's the president and we talk about this.
Right.
But Trump was like, what's he gonna say next? How can we? Did you hear him? And he talked shit about that reporter, and then the world's gonna crumble. They want to scare you with all that shit. You know, regardless of views are, and they're doing it now. It's the same thing.
Even comedians had a lot.
In China, and, be careful. They want you to feel like, so you're always tuning into the next thing.
Even comedians had a lot of ammo, I guess you can say, for their comedy when he was president.
They love it.
Yeah,
they love it. Like, do you think they love even back in the day? If you go the other way, when Bill Clinton with the whole Monica Lewinsky, that was a dream for them. That's a dream. That's like the dollar bills. They just see dollar bills. The citizens are saying this is bad for our country,
right?
But the media is, oh my God, this is the best thing ever created. All eyeballs. It's all eyeballs and money. I don't know how we got to that too. That's just how things go. But anyway, what else do we have to talk about? Anything?
That's it for videos.
Yeah, we had a couple of ideas that we wanted to present to the podcast, and I think having the team on the podcast so we can introduce the team a little bit more.
Yeah, Danielle has sent me a text about that, so that would be good too. And you guys tell me in the comments if you want that. We were thinking about bringing
first comment. Daniela. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I love that idea.
If you want me to bring on some of the employees at times to like join, like some of the people who are the trainers here, the team members here.
Like if you're sick of seeing Jamie on every single podcast episode,
and we could talk with them, just so it's like
give you a break,
so people can see the inside.
Everyone's
of what's
gonna be like,
here.
Did Jamie get fired? What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stop being so selfish. Let the other employees have a chance here, for fuck's sakes.
She's like, fuck that. That's my seat.
No, it's my seat.
Yeah, see?
I put my name on it.
I knew it was coming.
I always Cassie and Jamie will be talking and like disagree on something, and I'll be in the corner. I go, fight.
Ooh, she said what?
Yeah, I was telling you.
We literally just ignore.
Because like it's funny. Like when I think I talked about. I don't know if I talked about when Vinny was here. I was telling him, I'm like, dude, do you understand that how hard I used to laugh when like two of the castmates, whatever you call them in the show.
Oh, on the Jersey Shore.
Would start like, someone would be like, well, that's because you didn't know whatever. And then they go, oh. And then it turns into, oh. And they're running around the room and all that shit. We used to do that back in the day for everything. Me and my friend Rob would be like, oh. And he was just like, I don't like the way that looks or something, you know? Like, nah, I don't want to go to that bar tonight. It's like, oh, shit. Dude, are you going to take that? He's like, I do want to go to the bar. Oh, like
Jamie talking about Steve's breath. Oh, what did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. So we actually, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but these guys probably like the Jersey Shore because you guys are from Jersey. But we posted something on the Maddie Ranch page, and I was like, we like adventure camp this time of year, and that's like a Pauly D that what he likes to say all the time. I like birthdays this time of year or whatever it is.
Yeah. All right. So what else? We're good for today?
Yeah. So that was the thing that we wanted to.
We're going to be getting more organized, and I'm trying to be better about this. I know. Listen, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, is I have a great appreciation for people's time. So I want us to be efficient on our time, so we're not wasting people's time. Mm-hmm. That could have been like a poem, by the way. Time.
Yeah. But
for real, like I don't want to
nice
be
little
here
haiku
where people are like, "Hey, I really want to hear this or see this and this and that." And we're like, "So, what should we do and talk about?" Like, we got to see, like, our what are the comments saying? So, guys, I need the feedback just so we know what to do because I'm here for you. And if it's like these podcasts are boring, I'm not getting anything out of them. Don't waste I'd be much happier. But if it's not getting anybody any value, I'll use my time to give the value to the clients here or the dogs here or the staff here or whatever. I think people are liking it.
I think people are enjoying it.
Because what I've heard from our clients and Instagram people is that what I really noticed was when we had that 2 feet of snow and I got a bunch of messages were like, "What's up with the podcast?" And I was like, "Oh shit, people are actually engaged in this thing."
Yeah, well, we didn't do it.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you too of how Joe Rogan's podcast started.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
With like what? Nothing.
It was bullshit.
Yeah,
they were talking
all
shit.
Of them do.
They were high as hell.
And who knows what this
and then it turned
into
like a freaking like news channel almost. Like
if you have, and this is also with media. I see so many people getting like so worried about presenting. Like, I don't want to put my face on camera. I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to be this. I'm going to. At some point, you're going to have to do it. So why don't you just start now doing it? Mm-hmm. You know, and then that should really be telling you something about yourself, as far as I'm concerned. It's like I'm so terrified. I'm this age. I've been trying to do media for this long, or say something, or give my point, but I'm so scared of what people are going to think. You got work to do before then you even get on the media. Or maybe you just doing that is part of the work. Mm-hmm. And not giving a shit what people think of you. Or giving a shit in the sense of like, let's see what the feedback is. Good and bad. I'm open to it all. I'm open-minded.
Well, it's being open-minded.
Yeah. I had the courage to go on camera and do it. I'm speaking for like the people who you know, it's like I see the haters and the bullshit artists out there who all talk all this shit. And they're like preventing others from doing things. And that's the way to do it. Is like, if I talk shit about them and get them to not do something or not do anything with their life, then it makes me feel better. It doesn't, by the way, but their theory is it makes them feel better that they got other people to not do shit. But fuck them. Like that. Like, do what you need to do. Post what you want to post. Talk about what you want to. You want to talk about like coffee mugs and why this is the best cold. Talk about it if you're passionate about it, for real. Like, guess what? Because when I was looking to get something for a coffee cup, I was looking up reviews on best travel mugs for coffee. Mm-hmm. So if all of a sudden you did a video that went viral out of nowhere that was like all about it, and I might actually follow more shit of yours. Or I watched that thing and said, oh, this guy's actually pretty funny. Right. Or this girl's hilarious. Or this
what
girl's
else do
like,
they have?
Yeah. And then reviewed plants for your table. And they reviewed microphones. And then all of a sudden they're like their own Consumer Reports thing. And then you're like, holy shit, this is interesting.
You really never know where things can go.
Look at the guy the guy was skating down the fucking road on a skateboard with a cranberry juice, singing a Fleetwood Mac song, and he got millions and millions of views. So if you can't, like, anything can happen. That's the way Gary talks about. All it takes is one piece of content to get recognized and things to change. You know, like we just had that one video. I forget which one it was with the Golden who's jumping all over. It's like 250,000 views.
It's up to that now.
Something like
250.
I thought it was like 250 when I saw it last.
We have a TikTok on. a reel on the Maddie Ranch page that has 100,000.
Yeah, views. Like things are happening, and it's about just. Where is this one?
Do you mind whatever? If we ask about your
187,000. See what I'm saying? Like,
there's really nothing to ask.
187,000, 5,500 likes. It's like that one, for whatever reason, got the algorithm caught it and put it into the search or whatever the fuck it is, like the highlights and all that thing. Is that what they're called? I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying, or the search Discover or whatever
Discovery page.
Thing. Yeah. That's that. And I posted something recently too about my cursing because I'm realizing that I was doing a bunch just now. Mm-hmm. I'm aware. I put something explained about. Maybe we should put something like that, or I should just do a video on that. I should just do a video literally sitting here and explain the cursing. So when anyone says like, why does this guy curse? It's because I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because like, to me, it's like, well, I'm not going to follow you then. I'm like, I don't fucking care. If nobody wants to follow me, then I won't do it. Then I won't do these posts and I'll just help our clients and just work with the dogs here. So I have leverage. I guess.
I'm not even aware that you curse. Like,
yeah, no, because you're
doesn't even register. Yeah, she has
Jamie acts all like prissy. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't curse.
Yeah, he gets us confused.
I'm very
what
like
did you say the other
down
day?
there, they're cursing their faces off. What?
No,
Sailor Moon.
Jassy?
Because I said he thinks we're one and the same.
Kamey or Jaxie?
Yeah. Or Jassy.
Jassy. That's what he calls us.
That's a good one, Jassy.
Yeah. What was I saying with you two? How it always goes.
Yeah, because you said something. You grouped us together or something. You're like, yeah, the two of you do this. I'm like, yeah, because we're one person.
Yeah. You were talking about social media. What made you start saying that people should be doing whatever they want to like post?
I'm not sure how we got there, but I think it was just about being able to like post content and do stuff that people are fearful of doing. I don't know why we got to that.
Because we were talking about like what people want to see from us.
Yeah, like what do you want to see and stuff. So, and like that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't care what people think. I shouldn't say that. I don't care about the people who want to talk shit and try to like bring me down or are close. All right, so bring me down, yes, but even the people who are like, I disagree with everything you're saying, and if they wanted to have a conversation with me about it and were open-minded to what I was saying, I'll have that conversation. But I've learned over the years I will absolutely not waste my time on closed-minded people because there's too many open-minded who need help. Right. So I'm looking for those people. So if you're closed-minded and say, this guy's full of shit, he's an idiot, he doesn't know, I'm not interested. I'm just interested in starting shit with him. We don't have time for you.
No.
I'm not interested. Like, go fight with somebody else. Go argue with your spouse and just do nothing with your life. That's what I'm looking. Because if you have enough time in your day to go on other people's shit, don't tell me that you don't have enough time to start a business, to
work on your own shit,
to work on your own career, to work on developing yourself, to work on meditating. The reason I talk this shit because I was the one who used to go on other people's shit and talk shit because I had nothing else to do. I had nothing going on besides, well, I'm doing this all day. Might as well just talk some shit before everyone comes over to start drinking tonight.
To make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. I don't feel like tired. Fuck this person. Wow, nice shirt. Like, you know. But man. I was that person. But,
nice shirt.
Yeah, like, wow. like someone wearing a striped shirt, I'd be like, would you just referee a game?
Oh no!
Or something? Like,
oh no!
Like who knows? Oh my god! Yeah.
She looks down
excuse me, official.
At least I spice it up. You do the same shit every time.
Yeah. One of my I shouldn't say fantasy, but one of my fantasies is to get. This is like so sad, but it is. But I was in the hockey store getting Cassie the skates for the thing. And I saw like the full referee outfit.
Oh God.
And I was like, for Halloween, what I wanted to do was like literally wear the whole referee thing with like the whistle and just be walking around like a bar, a party, whatever, and just calling fouls on everybody.
Oh my God. But you have to do that.
Way too long of a drink.
Don't stand right there.
Oh, shit. Don't
Jesus.
Look at that fucking...
Let me switch my camera.
You know what Jamie's going before the show? Isn't it cold up here?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I'm sweating my ass off up here, as you can tell by this.
Are you still cold up here?
No, I'm comfortable. You warmed up now.
Jeez.
I think.
Can you get that referee costume though? Because you can call fouls. You can call fouls on people on the street with their dogs.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you know where he's gonna start right here.
Yeah, of course.
I'll be like, this is gonna be the employee's worst nightmare. Like I'm running out, like throwing flags, like in football at them.
Right at them.
Oh my
just
God.
come with like 5,000 yellow flags, just throwing flags everywhere. Fucking, why are you holding a leash with the left hand, dude? Yep. Hand up? What, are you kidding me?
Yellow card for soccer.
Yeah. No, it was more of one, like, I don't know how we got, because of that. We were saying, like, to why people should be posting and not to worry about others is because if you have enough time in your day, say, like, what am I going to make the decision of? Should I go do something productive for myself that's going to make me better? Or should I go try to bring someone else down to my levels? It's one or the other. So if you're consciously making that decision or subconsciously it's happening, like those are the people you don't want to deal with and fuck with because they're not doing anything. And just so you understand, there are 100% people who are going to choose to suffer and die in life. Yes. And that's been one of the hardest things for me is being around people who I'm like, I can't understand how these people could live like this. I can't understand how they won't even see it. They can't see it. But when you've tried and tried and tried, you offer things, you try to help and this and that, and they're just continue on their way, you have to let them do it and let them almost go. I'm like, fine. I can't like...
You can't help people that don't want to help themselves.
And if they don't want to help themselves, you can try to inspire.
Of course.
Those type of people are the ones who I'll like send things to without any expectation. That's the key. So let's just say there's somebody in your life who you see who's angry or something like that. So you start sending them hey, I saw some video on why people do this, and you send the video and they say, what's that supposed to mean to you? She'll be like, nothing, it's just a video I found interesting.
Yeah. I
thought you might like it. Well, what are you saying on blah blah blah? Well,
pretty much.
If the shoe fits.
No, but you're not saying that. You're just saying like, well, I've noticed like I think everybody deals with anger at some times.
Right.
You know? And like, oh, so he's not I can breathe now, like the person. But there are people like that who are so angry and they're literally walking around like this at all times. And it's just gonna be like, is this a snow day? Who said it's supposed to snow?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whoa, calm down.
You know? Relax.
Yeah, relax. Oh yeah. Cassie. Okay, she's not here. Thank God we can tell the story. So like,
she's being quiet for a reason, bro. She's right there.
This is the notorious one Cassie loves to do with me. And she'll be like, why did you leave your phone right there? And I'm like, what phone? She's like, relax, calm down. And I'm like, okay, I'm the one who needs to calm down now?
Yeah, you are.
It's like, you're so reactive when I'm just asking you about your phone, you know?
Spot on impression though.
For sure. He always is.
And then I got my father who's good. Like coming into my house, like, and I'll be like, you see this bullshit?
Oh, your dad's the best.
Watch your fucking mouth.
No fucking cursing in this house. I'm like, bro, you're the do you know that I worked for you in New York City in the Bronx in your construction company? Yeah, I worked for you and I heard it all. So
I love when your dad does that.
But then meanwhile he'll shush me, and then 5 minutes later he's like, I don't understand why you idiots over here have this bullshit thing in the yard, and we're like, oh, so now it's legal because you do it. Got it.
Yep.
But all right, back to the and then we'll finish it with that. Is the people who you want to do content, do it for yourself. Make the content yourself and show it to your friends then if you're that insecure about it. If you need that to get it past, what do you think about this video? Pretty cool. You'll be surprised. I remember, I hate the way my voice sounds.
I was like that. I was going to say, or just have someone force you on camera and you don't have a choice.
Just do it.
Like me.
Just do it. Well, how's it changed for you?
No. No, I like it. I'd rather be forced into it. For me, that's what works better.
Yeah.
That I need to be kind of forced into it and just do it.
So the plan worked. The master plan worked, Steven.
Yeah, exactly.
We forced her to do
and
it.
I hated my voice on now. I don't care.
Yeah, but that's you. So like, why would you hate your voice? You know, that's what it is. It's the definition of how insecure almost all human beings are. We're fight animals. We're always feeling vulnerable and weak, so we try to like put up fronts and act certain ways. But then the most freeing thing is when you're just yourself.
Yeah.
And when you build the confidence and you realize like I could just be me. And that's like the biggest thing I could tell all you when I'm cursing and stuff is I'm just being myself. I'm not proud of like that's one of Steve's highest qualities is that he curses. But maybe it represents that I'm like more honest, maybe, or I'm just more myself, more real or authentic. I just don't, and that I don't give a shit about people who are offended by my hating, by the cursing and shit. You know what I mean?
I would rather you curse than be a genuine asshole.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying by that?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, curse. You're a good person.
No, there's people who don't curse who are total dicks.
Right.
Assholes, haters.
Yeah, just because you curse doesn't.
A lot of the people who talk shit like online don't curse.
Do you ever see there's a Netflix show about cursing?
No.
And each episode they like analyze what the word is and like where the meaning came from.
Oh, wow, that's
all the
great.
Stuff. You should watch it.
We should watch it on here together with everybody.
Together.
Yeah. It's what? No, but it's and again, it's one if cursing offends you, that's a vulnerability as far as I'm concerned. If a word offends you, you're vulnerable. Even if like someone bringing up an event from your past is something, that's a vulnerability. So if people wanted to judge me for my past, I've went there. I've dealt with it. I've understand it. I've come to terms with it. I've explored it. I've understood it. And I'm happy to talk about it. It's like, oh, wow, you were a real mess back then. I'm like, I know, right? Yeah. Seriously, I was. And they're like, oh, wait, I was trying to hurt you. Oh, well, that's not going to work. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. I know I was. You know? So that's that. I think you guys should think about what you can get you out of your comfort zone because that's one of them. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Talk about something you like. It doesn't. I'm not trying to make you all entrepreneurs or have to do that shit.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, if you have this thing of like, I would love to talk about, but I have fear. Fuck the fear. Like, for what? What's the big? As Fight Animal, we're scared that I'm gonna go outside and there's gonna be a giant bear who's gonna kill me and my family and steal it. Like, now it's turned into like Red Pants 63 over in San Francisco doesn't like that I said fuck. Who cares? I don't care about Red Pants 63. You know what I mean? Like, you even know who the person is? Is it even a real person? Is it what? Who cares? For real. If someone's like, hey, the cursing really offends, I would love to help them with why it offends them. You know? But I'm not going to change and be like, oh, you don't like that I curse. I'll just stop.
Well, you're never going to please everyone.
Because then I know my shit's going to be not like less authentic. Like, you know, the amount of time it's going to take me. This is like a behavior with dogs. It's like the amount of time it's going to take me to constantly be thinking about, like, don't say that word right here. But then again, like when I'm in business meetings and things like that, I know how to turn it off too.
Yeah.
I don't know. We talk about this cursing thing a lot, but I think a lot of people ask a lot of questions about it. Because when I posted that one thing in the stories of like a person asked, like, I love your content. I just like where I come from, the cursing can seem unprofessional. And then I explained it to her. And I was shocked by how many people like wrote to me like privately in messages, be like, I love your cursing. I think it's authentic. We know your real intention. It makes it more exciting. It's da-da-da-da. We know you're real about it. So it is what it is. So feel free to go on there and curse your face off if you want. It's America. Hopefully it stays like that.
But just don't curse at me.
Speech. Yeah. I have a bit, you know, I've said it again. I'm super against these media companies like banning all these people for what they're saying and stuff. I don't understand it. It's just a fine line of what it is, of what is what, you know. They're censoring speech for sure.
That's a whole nother.
That's a bad one. I mean, I really think it's bad because once you lose that, it's like, what's next?
Seriously,
you know. But yeah, I mean, it's like hate speech. Like I'm just thinking in my head, like it's the intention of the person. It's also how the person receives the information.
Yeah.
So if someone like comes on and says like their intention is I hate and the intention is to hurt, but then by reaction, it doesn't hurt me. Good for you. So that's what I'm saying. We can have our own thing. We don't have to, that's again, I don't have to be reliant on someone because what humans want to do is they want to tell me stop cursing. So I want you to be like the way I want it to be that fits for me.
Right. What makes me feel comfortable.
And my emotions. And I'm like, that's not the way the world works though. You see? I can assure you the business world doesn't work that way. Because that sensitivity, don't even start a business. Don't even think about it. Because you're going to be in a fight at times where you feel like there's no way out. Many times. if you want to survive. Why do you think 95% of businesses failing in 10 years is 19? You put 20 businesses, 19 fail.
It's crazy.
That's the math. Yeah, it's the math.
I don't know. You're the mathematician here.
19 out of 20 businesses are going to fail.
If Steve said it, it must be true.
Yeah. Oh, I love catching him and he makes a math mistake. Yeah. It's like the highlight of my day.
So here, 20. But or look at it as is. So today, 100 businesses formed. Well, in the year 2031, 95 of them will be non-existent. Yeah. And that doesn't mean the other 5 are profitable.
Yeah.
No, it just means they're surviving.
Yeah. They just haven't been bankrupt or closed yet.
Right.
Good luck. You have to be somewhat insane to start something like that. Luckily, I wasn't even aware of all that shit. I just was
That's why I'm here.
But yeah, but not even being aware of that, I was able to like not even think about it and believe that 100%, that 100% this thing is gonna be successful. So the belief, not having the belief of like it may not work or what if or blah blah blah. No, it's gonna work no matter what. Mm-hmm. Next, now let's spend the rest of the time in the how-to. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I know we got rambling and shit as usual, but. Let us know how you're liking things. We're going to get more organized as always. I want to bring some people on to the show, the followers to see like, or dog owners or whoever, trainers or struggling with a dog, whatever. So we could talk, we could be watching a video and then I could be asking questions to the people. So you could kind of see also how I do the video calls. Mm-hmm. Because I really like the video calls. Like I thought it was going to be like, my first thing was this. I was like, it's unethical because I won't really be able to influence people that much without being able to feel the dog and like put my hands there and like be in that environment, feel the people totally. But what's interesting is I do feel like I can feel the people through the Zoom definitely. And shit and like the Facebook Live, not Facebook,
Skype,
the iPhone shit, FaceTime thing and all that. And it's like the people are they understand too. The expectation is not that like they're gonna come talk to me for 1 hour and the dog's gonna look like perfect heel and off leash and all that stuff. Mm. But there's a lot of things that can be just little shifts in what they're doing. Of like no that the way you fed in that video, you have to change that whole thing. Mm-hmm. It's gonna change this and this and this, right. And it changes a lot for them. And we get a ton of feedback of like how just these, because I was against it for a while.
I know you were. You're like, how am I going to help people?
How am I going to help people on a video? Like, just telling them, they're not going to understand it. They can see it.
But it is important that people do send videos prior to the call. Because I know you like to review them with the issues that they're really struggling with.
If there's a real issue, so I can see what it is. So I can see, because a lot of times they're saying he is like this because of it. And I'm like, no, he's not. That's what you're saying it is, but he's saying something different.
Right.
He's feeling a different way about it. So I'm trying to get I'm really trying to understand how the dog's feeling about it, so I can educate them and then tell them what they should do. Excuse me, to like fix that thing or to make a change or to influence the behavior and all that kind of stuff.
You think it would be good to like maybe invite somebody to do a Zoom call with us at a reduced cost or for free, and they will be featured on the podcast?
Yeah,
we can figure that out.
Yeah,
like.
We're just throwing that idea out there.
Or we do it like one where, or whatever. Let's talk about this off the thing so we don't waste people's time. But like it's one where we just have to figure out the most effective way to get quality videos and people that we can like speak to at times.
Yeah.
Or if no one to speak to, that we have good context. Mm-hmm. So it's understood prior to where you guys could be like, all right, so this Chihuahua, so this one had 6 years, and she said that this happened, or whatever, you know. You even like message her and be like, and when did you get this dog? And like how old?
So do like a chat prior.
Yeah, we can figure all that out.
Or just not. Or that's if you're not going to bring them on. Whatever. We'll figure this all the shit. I don't want to bore you guys with this. Yeah. This is all the pre and post bullshit that we have to do.
Somebody's going to be like, sign me up. I'm down to do it.
I know.
That's why I asked the question.
I think it's good to like to do it more of like a free option if we're going to do it that way, because it's going to be like public. So people have to be okay. That's like the cost is like, we're going to show it public. So yes, we're going to help you. You're not going to pay any money, but we're going to help more people because of it.
Right.
You know,
I like that idea. Yeah.
So maybe we can figure out one where, because you know, a lot of the people like to pay, so they have the privacy. It's just me one-on-one. They might some of the things people tell me it's like serious stuff of what's going on. A lot of our video calls start with like my dog pees in the house and ends with like they're forgiving their mom. They're telling their husband they want the husband to lead in the home more, and they realize they have to start meditating and clean up their diet. Yeah. It's like, but that's a lot of what it is. It's a relationship, you know. So I'm going to tell you about the other person because because they can speak up for themselves, and their energy and their body language is that you don't understand them. Like if me and you are sitting here and I'm speaking a different language, I'm communicating to you. You're just not receiving it. You're not understanding it. But then like he's there saying, oh, what he's saying is this. Right. I'm the translator. Really.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm a translator, but I'm also trying to rehab that one too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's bullshit though, dog. I know you think
you've never used that one before.
What?
Translator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
I've never
back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, you were like said something about like I'm the mediator or the translator or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Therapist.
Yeah, actually, that's a good video title. How I translate what a dog is trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's why I don't like I love doing this stuff. I love doing the lives with the dogs and stuff like that too, because it again shows the real deal of like you can show me any video and I'm not going to be like, oh wait. Did I tell the story about the one that somebody like some influencer recommended, like some high influencer, some girl calls in and talks about how she's the greatest. She's talking about how she's the greatest coming of like since God himself when it comes to dog training. I have celebrity clients. You just hear the ego spewing through the phone. And he's like, well, if you're that good at it, as you say, you can even hear the influencer being like, dude, like if you, or ma'am, if you think you're that good, then go live and answer questions.
Yeah. And they wouldn't.
And do it on video so people see you. And I was so intrigued. So I wanted to see the next date, what the girl did. It sounded like the girl was reading a script.
Oh, I think you did mention that.
Yeah, before. She's reading a script and it's like separation.
This is on Gary V's podcast something or something,
that.
Right?
Separation anxiety. I don't know who. I have no idea who the person is, but it was like separation anxiety is a situation where, and it's like you can see that they're reading something and there's not. It's like fake. You know what I mean? Like bullshit. Like, come on, give me the real shit. And there's a lot of all right. So that in this industry, there's a lot of that fucking bullshit going on. Just so you know. And just so you guys know, there's a ton of people out there who don't know shit, as far as I'm concerned, who are acting as authorities. That I'm not cool with. Mm-hmm. And they're recommending people to do a lot of shit based on theory, and their egos are fucking through the roof. And they're like, yeah, this is what I said and what I do, and da-da-da-da. And they're giving people like bad information. So be careful, because I watch it all, and I know other people are watching. I know a couple other like high-end people who are, I'm not saying I'm high-end, but people who know what the fuck they're doing with dogs and humans who are watching this stuff, and it gets exposed. Now it's documented, you know? Yeah. So eventually it's going to come. And it's something I talked about with you guys. I said, like, what about assessing other people's videos? Mm-hmm. It gets into a thing, because then it gets like borderline with like the bashing, shit talking, right. Criticizing and all that thing, which I don't want to do. But I also want to point out where people are failing too. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that more.
I'm like thinking as I'm saying that right now, because there's certain videos like I watch them and like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, this is fucking dog shit. This is so bad. I don't know why this person's doing this. This is like worst information. As dogs end up worse, you know. But then, and you want to tell that person, but likely then you're in that professional not even understanding this whole thing,
right?
Of why I'm disagreeing. But then they're not open. They're
well. Then that's the other question: who's open-minded and who's not.
Last thing I'll say, I've said this.
There might be some trainers that are open to his criticism.
Right.
Yeah,
we could find those.
There's tons. There's
well,
tons
we can find those and we can review their stuff.
There's tons who are, because a lot of the trainers ask me privately, because they don't want to like, they don't, and I'm okay with that. I understand. Yeah. They don't want to like look like they're looking for information publicly, but I help them with all that stuff too. Damn, I was going to say something there. Oh yeah. It's like staying in your lane too. Like the client we had who said I'm working with this dog, and then the clients report, oh yeah, he nipped us the other day, and she just gave up on the client.
Oh yeah,
because I don't deal with it.
The trainer,
which I actually think is better than like, okay, oh he bit. Let's actually, what she should have done and say, I don't really deal with that. So what I would recommend is you contact a guy like Steve, or contact these people who deal with more of aggression things, because that's out of my league.
Right.
But she took the money from her and then left them hanging. I'm like, I would, if that was me and they came to me and I was doing stuff and they were really looking, I sold them, and I would be like, oh, I'll really teach you like legit agility. And I'm like, not an agility trainer. I give the money back. Fuck that. I'm not like keeping your money. I'm not stealing. That's like stealing to me. But
there's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah. And I was going somewhere with that, but I can't remember now. Oh, well. We'll figure it out for the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, figure it out for next time. My mind's just like nothing.
Jimmy's like, shut up. Can we end
this thing now? Well, one of the relief things for me was when I heard that Howard Stern, he goes and takes a long nap after he does his show.
Oh, shit. So that's what you're going to do?
No, but I realized like
I was like,
how
shit, okay.
like for him, his whole thing, I should say his whole thing. I don't know him obviously personally, but he does his show in the morning, and then he sleeps for a while, and then they prepare for the next show. Then he goes home and lives his life, and then they start it all over again. That's what they do. And I'm like, damn, I do this show, and I'm like, stand up and I walk outside, and I'm dealing with that shepherd you just saw on TV.
Because that's the only thing that they're doing. Like,
I know. Well, they've gotten to that point, but that's not what they did in the beginning.
Right.
That's another thing too, is people see all that shit. They'll see me, and it sometimes gives me that feeling. I'll be sitting on the couch, like reading comments, doing social media, and I see one of the employees walk upstairs with a dog, and you can have the feeling like, are these people thinking I'm doing nothing? And some will, by the way. Some employees will perceive that you do, like, that's all you do, isn't that? It's like, yeah, I know. You just got hired like a year ago. You didn't see 11 years ago when I was leaning all the way into the back of that kennel trying to scoop out all the throw up in the corner by myself, doing all this every single day, So that's why it's, again, like, just understanding what is and being secure in what is, and not trying to create this illusion. Because when you're creating illusion, you're just lying, and it's a lot of work to do that. To live up to this ego, to live up to this thing that you've created. Just be you. It's much easier.
Yeah, it is. Less
being you is the easiest than it is to be other people, or be something you think you're supposed to be, or whatever. Yeah. Expectations. What are your expectations in life? So people have an expectation. This is how my day's gonna go. And then it's like something shifts and they melt down. Right. Like, whatever's going to happen. Oh, like, that's what I said. That was the big moment for me. Maddie has cancer. All right. Well, what the fuck do we have to do with this?
Right. How do we get through this?
Is it wasting time? Oh, my God. What are we going to panic? Okay. Let me know when you're done so we can actually solve this problem.
Right.
With all this emotion. Anyway. Okay. Love you guys. I'm going to end it there because I'll keep going forever.
Yes,
I don't have a problem with it.
It's not clear.
Let's go.
As usual. And we'll get some more videos on here. And then I guess we have to figure out how we're going to announce and where the videos will go, where people send them.
Yes,
that's the biggest issue is it seems like people are sending videos, but they're all over the map. Like, some of them are sending them in YouTube and Facebook. And it's just like, we don't know. We said to send them to Instagram, but then the problem with that has become is that, unlike most influencers out there, I'm talking to most of you, you don't answer your people's comments and you don't answer their messages. So when I go into the messages and I start like clicking on them and looking at, or if Adam goes in there like, what's this? Then I miss that there was the question, or I might click on a video that he doesn't see, or like what? It just gets like a mess. So we're trying to figure out the best, like, submit a video with a summary, willing to do Zoom call, yes or no? Like, that's kind of what we should do. Maybe we can even put it on the website.
You just read my mind.
Yeah.
Could do that.
You just stole my idea. That's what you're trying to do.
No, I had it first, but
that's what these fucking people do here all the time. I get no credit for anything. No, yeah, but that's that would be good to do it on the to do it on the website, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that idea. We're gonna go with the next idea.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's the end all be all here.
Which is none, and then we're gonna go with that route.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with the rest of the podcast.
All right, good stuff.
But hang on. You were gonna say about the website. Like, that could be good.
Inquiry.
No, that could be good. That could be good.
I just don't know if there's a way, like, with the website that we could do like a video. Anyway, we're wasting these people's time. Stay calm and confident, everybody. We're going to figure it out that way, and we'll announce that, and then we'll have a very efficient way to do that for you guys. So get out there and make some content, or do something that gets out of your comfort zone. Who gives a fuck what people think about it? Yes, I cursed. Okay. Love you guys. Stay calm and confident. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Later. The main purpose of all, like, when I do the comments about like the